Hello and welcome to Edify Learners Math. Today we are going to learn about number system, and this is very important topic from the point of view of examinations like CAT, Math, ZAT and many other exams like UPSC and IBPS PO, ID Officer, SSC CGL, etc. So let's get started. So, we will start with the fundamental theory of arithmetic. This theory states that every composite number can be factorized or expressed as a product of primes, and this factorization is unique except for the order in which the prime factors can be written. For example, 6 is a composite number and it can be written as 2 multiplied by 3. It can also be written as 3 multiplied by 2. But the two factors 2 and 3 are prime and they are unique. And when you see that, if we want to know how many factors are available for 6, we can find out from here, and it's so easy. You see, the power of 2 is 1 and also the power of 3 is 1. We can write it as this way: 1 plus 1 multiplied by 1 plus 1, and it gives me the answer 2 multiplied by 2, which is 4. So, available factors of 6 are 4, means 1 is a factor of 6, 2 is a factor of 6, 3 is a factor of 6, and 6 is a factor of 6. So, it's very easy way to find out how many factors 6 have. If you were asked in an examination that how many factors 6 have, then it's very easy to find out from this method. So, you can say that any composite number can be represented as multiple of prime numbers. For example, if n is a prime number, then it can be written as p to the power a, q to the power b, and r to the power c. And if you want to know the factors, how many factors are available for n, then you can write it as a plus 1 multiplied b plus 1 multiplied c plus 1, and you will get number of factors for n. So, we will do some examples and we will find out how to do this. Like 18. So, 18 can be represented in the form of prime numbers like this: 2 multiplied by 3 square. And if I want to the number of factors for 18, then I would simply do this. Number of factors for 18 would be equal to, see, this is actually a, and I can write it as 1 plus 1 multiplied by, it is b, just suppose it, 2 plus 1, and what I would get is 2 multiplied by 3. So, there are 6 factors for 18. Okay. But if I want to know what are those numbers that are actually the factor of 18. Now we only know that how many factors for 18 are available, that is 6. But what are those numbers? If I want to know that, then what I need to do? So let me write it down. 18 as 2 to the power A and 3 to the power B. And from here we will see how to find out the factors of 18, and it's quite very easy. The maximum value A can have is 1 and the maximum value B can have is 2. So what are the possible values for A? The possible value for A is 0 and 1, and for B is 0, 1 and 2. Okay. So if we want to find out what are the possible factors of 18, so what we need to do is we need to put the values of A and B in this place and we would find out the factors. Let's say first of all 0. A is 0 and B is 0. Then what will we get? 2 to the power 0 multiplied by 3 to the power 0, and that's 1. 1 is a factor of 18. Okay. Now, when A is 0 and B is 1, then it's 2 to the power 0 multiplied by 3 to the power 1, and it is 3. 3 is a factor of 18. Again, when A is 0 and B is 2, then 2 to the power 0 multiplied by 3 square. The answer is 9. 9 is a factor of 18. Okay. Now, when A is 1 and B is 0, then 2 to the power 1 multiplied by 3 to the power 0, and it's 2. So from here we get 2 as the factor of 18. When A is 1, B is 1, then 2 to the power 1 multiplied by 3 to the power 1, and we get 6 as the factor of 18. It's right. When A is 1 and B is 2, at that time we get 2 to the power 1 multiplied by 3 to the power 2, and we get 18 as the factor. Okay. So the possible factors are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 and 18. These are the possible factors of 18. Possible factors of 18. So I hope that you are able to understand up to this much. Now we will solve some questions so that we grab the whole idea of this. Okay, so let's get started. So this is our question. This question was asked in CAT exam. Here it is given that number n is this. Okay, how many factors of n are even numbers? The question asks that how many factors of n are there which are even, that is they are multiple of 2. Okay, So let's write it down. N, it's 2 to the power 6 multiplied by 5 to the power 5, 7 to the power 6 and multiplied by 10 to the power 7. So see, 10 is a composite number. It is actually can be represented in the form of prime number 2 and 5. So we will convert this whole number in the form of product of prime numbers. Okay, for this we'll rewrite is as 7 to the power 6 and 10 to the power 7 can be written as 2 to the power 7 multiplied by 5 to the power 7. Okay, from this addition of exponentials, I hope you all know a to the power m multiplied by a to the power n could be written as a to the power m plus n. So we are going to use that property of exponentials. Okay, so we are going to use that property of exponentials to simplify this equation. So here the base 2 is same with the base 2, so we would write as 2 to the power 6 plus 7 multiplied by 5 to the power 5 plus 7 multiplied by 7 to the power 6, and then it can be written as 2 to the power 13 multiplied by 5 to the power 12 multiplied by 7 to the power 6. And you see from here that this is only in the form of prime numbers. Okay, so the question has asked that how many factors of n are. So what is important is that the number must be a multiple of 2 if we want to find out the even factors of all possible even factors of n. So if we represent the number in this form, n is equals to 2 to the power a, 5 to the power b and 7 to the power c, then from here we would be able to find out all possible numbers of n, that is an even factor. Okay, so the important thing is that how many values a can take. A can take values ranging from 0 to 13 and b can take values ranging from 0 to 12 and c can take values ranging from 0 to 6. As the range is 0 to 13, so possible values are 14, possible values are 13 for b and possible values are 7 for c. And that is why when I told you that how to multiply the equation, it must be written as a plus 1. Means a plus 1 is 14. Means b plus 1 is 13 and c plus 1 is 7. As we are taking the range 0, okay, the value 0 is being considered, so everywhere 1 is being added with the power, like with a, with b and with c. And when we multiplied all these three, we find all the possible factors for n. But here we only want to find out those factors that are even. So we cannot consider the value of a to be 0. So we just discard the value of a to be 0. So the possible values for a must be from 1 to 13 only. Okay, so now our equation changes to a multiplied by b plus 1 multiplied by c plus 1 for even factors. Well, a is power of 2. So what could be the result? It would be 13 multiplied by 13 multiplied by 7, and that would give us 1183, and which is the answer. Now let's do the another sum. The question is, find the smallest number that has exactly 18 factors. Okay, the options are 180, 216, 240, and none of this. So what are the possible numbers that can have 18 factors? First of all, if we represent n as only prime number, as a number which is the factor of only one prime number, in that case it can be written as p to the power a. Okay, so how many possible factors are for a? For n, actually a. So to find out the possible factors of n, we write the formula, that is a plus 1, and the value is given that a plus 1 is 18 actually. Okay, so from here we get that a is 17. So the number is of the form n is equals to p to the power 17. And what could be the smallest number? Smallest prime number is actually your 2. So the number is 2 to the power 17, and it's a very huge number. So not the right answer. It couldn't be possible. Now let's see, if I represent this in the form of two prime numbers, so it could be p to the power a and q to the power b. So what are the possible factors of n? It is a plus 1 and b plus 1, which is equals to 18. Now see, 18 could be, if I write it only a factor of two numbers, then it could be written as, 18 could be written as either 2 multiplied by 9, or it could be written as 3 multiplied by 6. Okay, if we write it down as the power of only 2, as a factor of only two numbers. So when 18 is your 2 multiplied by 9, in that case the value of a would be 1 and the value of b would be 8. So the possible number would be p to the power 1 and q to the power 8, and the minimum number that we consider from here, the minimum smallest prime number is 2. So 2 to the power 1 multiplied by 3 to the power 8. It's a very big number. Okay, so we cannot consider this wrong answer. I'm just telling you, I'm just explaining you this much so that you understand how to approach the problem. But it could be done very quickly if we consider 3. If we consider the number as the factor of 3 prime numbers, and I'll come to it very soon. Okay, so let's do this. And the other values for A is 2 and B is your 5. So the number could be n is equals to 2 to the power square multiplied by 3 to the power 5. It is also a huge number actually, but we would consider its value. Let's check it out. It's 4 multiplied by 43, and this is also a huge number. So here we can exchange the prime number as well. So with this n here, I can, instead of considering p as 2, we can consider p as 3. Then the number could be 3 to the power 8 multiplied by 3 to the power 1 multiplied by 2 to the power 8. And if we consider this, it is also a very huge number. Okay, and what we need to consider over here is that if the prime number is small, then its power should be big, and if the prime number is big, its power should be small, so that we get the smallest number. So from here as well, we can write it as 2 to the power 5 multiplied by 3 to the power square. In that case as well, we would get a big number. Okay, now let's come to this, that if we want to represent the number as a multiple of 3 prime numbers, in that case n would be your p to the power a, q to the power b, and r to the power c. From here we will get a plus 1, b plus 1, and c plus 1 is equals to 18. And if we write 18 as a factor of 18, could be factor of 3 numbers, then it's 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3. Okay, so from here we can see that a could be 1, okay, b could be 2, and c could be 2, right? So as I told you here, that if we want a smallest number, then the biggest prime number should be given the smallest power, and the smallest prime number should be given the highest power. So here the smallest, what are the 3 smallest prime numbers? 2, 3 and 5. And if we consider n as the multiple of these numbers, if we consider n to be of 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5, so what power should be given to 2? It should be 2, highest one. Then what power should be given to 3? It should be 2. And what power should be given to 5? It should be 1. And from here we would get 4 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 5, and from here we will get 180. So the smallest number that has a 18 factor is 180. Okay, and I think it was the option A. I don't remember the option actually. Okay, yeah, it's option A. So this is your right answer. Okay, now let's do another example that is based on this previous question actually. So the question is, find the smallest number that has exactly 12 factors. It could be done very quickly. Let's see what are the factors of 12. The possible 3 or 4 factors of 12 are 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. See, one thing that you need to remember is why we consider n is equals to p to the power a, q to the power b, and r to the power c. Why not something s to the power t? Why? Because the only possible factor of 12 maximum could be 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. Only 3. So as 12 is in power, so there is only possible values. Maximum we can say is 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. If we distribute 12, actually if we distribute 12, then only possible values, maximum possible values in which 12 can be distributed is 2, 2 and 3. So we do not consider this actually. So we start with like 12, then factor of 12 in 2, then factor of 12 in 3. Okay, so we are considering only this much. So consider that a number is n is equals to p to the power a, q to the power b, and r to the power c. From here we can write it down: a plus 1, then b plus 1, then your c plus 1. Okay, is equals to 12, which is in return equals to 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. So let's suppose that a is your 1, okay, b is your 1, and c is your 2 actually. Okay, so as we did in the previous question, that we considered 3 smallest prime numbers to represent the number. Those were 2, 3, 5. We would consider it here as well. It's 2, 3, 5, and so we can write it as n is equals to 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5. Now we need to choose what should be the power. Okay, so as I told you that the smallest prime number should get the highest power. So 2 should get the highest power, that is c is equals to 2, and 3 should get another highest power, but here a and b are equal, so we would write it down 1, and it would be 1. And from here we would get 2 square is a 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5, and it's 60. So the smallest number which is possible is 60. Okay, it was so quick. So just write it down. The smallest number which has 12 factors is 60, and I have to check it. What are the options actually? It's okay, B. So option B is the correct answer. So I hope that you liked this video and you understood what I taught you. And if you like the video, then please subscribe to my channel, and please share it with your friends who are preparing for competitive exams like CAT, MAT, XAT and other GRE, GMAT, etc. It might be helpful for them. I have already met some more questions on exponentials, and I have solved a problem on puzzles that was asked in CAT, but I am going to do a lot more in upcoming videos. So please stay tuned